The Anubis Caves Prehistory in the Oklahoma Panhandle. Welcome back guys, we are here with another mystery video. In this video we are going to talk about the Anubis Caves are a site situated in the Oklahoma Panhandle, in the far west of the state. These strange caves, and what has been found in them, are seen by some as one of the most significant examples of old world contact in the New World. If the contents of the caves are what they seem to be, this is evidence that people from Europe and other continents made it to the Americas before Columbus did. The myths and epigraphs inscribed within the cave reveal an interwoven and quite elaborate chart, a tool calibrated for the sun's equinox. Phrases have been found within that resemble Celtic sayings but written in Ogham and Libyan scripts. The scripts mention Bel and Grian, the Celtic gods of the sun. As well as this, the Cult of Mithras, extremely popular in Rome and the Persian Empire, has been found in these caves. Discovery and controversy. In 1978, Gloria Farley was shown the caves by a local farmer. She recognized a dog-like figure as the Egyptian jackal god, Anubis. This is how they got their name, but in truth there are far more things lining the walls of the cave than that. A Harvard professor of zoology named Barry Feld took responsibility for translating the inscriptions. He translated the sun symbols and the orientation of the cave as well as some of the inscriptions as being aligned with the sun at its equinox. The placement of the symbols was of particular interest, creating an inner working play of light and shadow with the cave's confines. A later study confirmed that these assisted with astronomical alignments which could be seen within the caves. The Anubis Caves are located in the Oklahoma Panhandle in the heart of the United States. This work led to instant fame for the caves and a thorough treatment of the site. It was investigated by archaeoastronomists, cosmologists and mythologists. A documentary was filmed in the 1980s by Scott Monahan called The History of the Rocks, which looked at the major features and changes to the caves. A new documentary has since been created in the 2000s called Old News. Philip Leonard has since taken over research and has done so for over 25 years. He has worked with William McGlone to co-author many papers on the subjects of ancient American petroglyphs and inscriptions. The most recent research was titled A New World Monument to Mithras. Monahan and Leonard are some of the few researchers continuing to research the caves. Mithras. The sun god Mitra and Varuna, his partner, were worshipped in India from around 2000 BC. The worship spread throughout Asia Minor and Persia, though his name was adapted to Mithra. Later, the Romans adopted Mithra under the guise of Mithras and he proved to be very popular to the Roman soldiers. Does the bull in the caves have a link to the ancient soldier cult of Mithras? The worship of Mithras continued to spread through the Roman Empire and made it to the Celtic peoples of Britain and the Iberian Peninsula. It was during this period that the cult of Mithras became associated with his killing of the bull. Interestingly, in the Anubis Caves, no sign of the killing of the bull is visible. If true, this would imply that the cave inscriptions occurred before the cult of Mithras became fascinated with the bull slaying. This would make the inscriptions millennia old. Mithraism is known as religion of mystery in the Roman Empire, but it was much more popular in Persia. The cult spread across Europe and Asia with earlier forms and traditions as well as the Roman incarnation. This is why Mithras is also referred to as Bel and Grain in the Anubis Caves. It is likely that in earlier times he would have been referred to as Bel, Apollo, Perseus, or Lu. The inscriptions. The inscriptions found within the cave are written in Ogham. This was a writing system that used script arranged from parallel lines and groups to present letters. This particular system was quite prevalent in the first millennium AD within the British Isles. Ogham can be used to write any language, but it seems to be mostly associated with Celtic languages. Many examples exist across Ireland and England, though it should be noted that some have been found in Iberia and in Africa. Its existence in Ogham presents some difficulties and issues between archaeologists and researchers. Professional archaeologists have dismissed the Ogham present in the caves as meaning anything. However, some see the inscriptions as part of a trend that can be found across southeastern Colorado, that presents compelling evidence that this language existed in the New World long before Columbus landed on those shores. In 5 of the caves, Ogham inscriptions can be found. One such inscription, as translated by Fell in 1985, reads that the sun is 6 months in the north, in the south for the other months. This inscription led to the conclusion by Polanski that the site was linked with the equinox. Another inscription found in another cave, number 4, was interpreted to mean the sun belongs to Bel. This cavern on the day of the equinox is consecrated for chanting or prayers to Bel. However, this inscription is not corroborated by other experts. Along with this, writing interpreted as Libyan has been found near depictions of the sun god, which has been claimed to reenact at sunset the rites of Bel, assembling at that hour in worship. Other inscriptions have been found but not interpreted. A rewriting of history? Through researching the equinox and its reaction with the caves, major calendrical alignment has been seen. The sequence of alignments appears in Cave 3 most prominently. The two most famous alignments are the nose pointer and the pillar balance. The nose pointer indicates the arrival of the equinox day when the shadow that looks like a human face reaches the relevant inscription. Then pillar balance alignment occurs on a natural stone pillar between Caves 2 and 3. There are inscriptions on the pillar that interact with the sun to create an alignment. There are 12 vertical lines that angle to a natural crack. Light arrives at the panel in the afternoon before sunset. 6 lines exist on the left and 6 on the right representing the months of the year. These caves may indicate that the Old World very much had a presence in the New World before Christopher Columbus and his European cohort arrived. These caves were likely used as equinox alignments to help to keep time and calendars. However, it also played a strong role in the civilization's ancient mythology and cosmology. Or, just possibly, the inscriptions are a combination of natural features, animal marks and modern graffiti, rendering the whole theory nonsense. Nobody can truly say for sure.